Although news reporters and producers have some protection under the First Amendment to gather and disseminate news, this protection isn't absolute. Members of the press aren't immune from criminal or tort liability just because they're news gathering. The 1986 case of Miller versus National Broadcasting Company examines a news crew's potential liability for invasion of privacy. Ruben Norte was an NBC producer assigned to document paramedics in the Los Angeles City Fire Department for a short segment that would air during the evening news each weeknight for 2 weeks. Norte said he wanted to film something dramatic, and he and his film crew followed a paramedic unit into 10 to 15 private residences. One call was to Dave and Brownie Miller's apartment, where Dave had suffered a heart attack. Without getting permission to do so, Norte and his crew immediately followed the paramedics inside and filmed the paramedics attempting CPR on Dave in his bedroom. Dave was taken to the hospital, where he later died. A police officer on the scene took Brownie to another room, so she was unaware Norte and his crew were there. No one asked her permission to film in her home. Norte didn't think it was necessary to get consent before filming in anyone's home while following the paramedics. Norte claimed there was no one to ask for permission to enter the Miller apartment because it was an emergency. While supervising editing of the footage, Norte noticed a tattoo on Dave's arm, but Norte felt he didn't need to reach out to Dave's relatives because Dave wasn't identified on air. Footage of Dave aired a month and a half later on one night's 6 o'clock and 11 o'clock news broadcasts. Brownie saw the footage, screamed, and turned off the television. In her own home, Brownie's daughter Marlene also saw the footage. Marlene recognized her parents' apartment, ran out of the room, and when she returned, saw her father being wheeled out on air. Marlene identified her father by his tattoo. Marlene later saw footage of her father in a commercial for the segment's focus on administering CPR the following week. Brownie and Marlene sued NBC, Norte, and the City of Los Angeles for trespass, invasion of privacy, and infliction of emotional distress. NBC and Norte moved for summary judgment. After oral arguments, the court granted summary judgment for the defendants, saying Brownie and Marlene's claims had no merit and no triable issues of fact. Brownie and Marlene moved for a new trial, which the court denied. Brownie and Marlene appealed.